those on your bookshelf?
That one's Jose Altuve, and the one next to him is Jose Altuve.
Oh.
And then this one is Yordan.
Can you just obviously now we've seen how much you guys focused on the bullpen throughout the first part of this deadline. Can you kind of go into what you guys were looking for specifically in the relievers that you acquired?
I mean, this is going to sound cliche, but the ability to get outs. I think one thing that we've learned about pitching over the past few years is that there's a lot of different ways to get batters out. And getting swing and miss in the zone is something that I think the guys that we have acquired over the past couple of days have in common. I think it's something that we're going to need going forward and hopefully in the playoffs. These guys have power stuff. They have high velocity. They have good movement. We've seen the ability for them to get the ball in the zone. It's something that we already have in the bullpen in a lot of cases, but at the same time, we felt the need to supplement it with guys who can get those swings and misses in the zone, overpower the hitters.
Tucker, are you satisfied with what you've done bullpen wise so far, or you think you can still do something to make it a little bit stronger?
Listen in for now. We're getting him out of the way first, and we can do you.
Hey, Gene, you're not on mute. Look, we've got 44 more hours to go, and we're going to use all of those hours to continue to try to improve the roster. I am happy with the options that we've been able to provide for Dusty so far, but our job is not going to be done until 3:01 on Friday. We're going to continue to look for more ways to improve the team. I don't know exactly where that's going to come from. That will depend on the conversations and how they go over the next 44 hours, but we're open to anything, and we will continue to be aggressive.
Just heads up, we're a little short on time, so I have a few more questions. Go ahead, Jake.
Yeah, with the Miami trade in specifically, I guess, how did that in particular come together? And with the mechanics of the Austin Pruitt element of it, did you know he was in the deal when you DFA'd him before the game today?
Yeah, well, I mean, first of all, Yimi was a guy that we had identified early in this process as somebody that we thought could help us out in the bullpen, and the conversations with Miami moved along in such a way that we felt like we could acquire him for a price that made sense. The Pruitt conversation came up towards the decision point on Montero today, when we had to create a roster spot for Montero, but that was something that we anticipated. We just needed a couple hours to get through the medicals on the deal. So we had to paper up the move that way in order to get things through.
Mark Berman.
James, can you talk about what you like about Yimi?
It's power stuff. That's the main thing, and just that ability to overpower hitters, to get swings and misses in the zone. I think is the main appeal of him. Looking forward to sliding him in there and seeing what he can do with that stuff.
Explain.
James, you guys have added 3 relievers this week. You've got 2 who are rehabbing plus Urquidy. Just how tough is it going to be to pare down this staff once everyone gets healthy?
It's a good problem to have. It is a problem that we have discussed already about who fits, and we may have to make some tough decisions. But at the same time, once we get to 3:00 on Friday, that's the team that we have for the next 59 games. And so the inability to acquire guys through trade waivers or something like that, as you might have been able to do in the past, prioritizes depth. And I want to make sure that when we get to Friday afternoon, that we have a roster that is going to be able to sustain itself through the inevitable bumps and bruises that we are going to see over those 59 games.
We have time for 2 more. Go ahead, Chandler.
I'm good.
Tag you another one.
Yeah, I just want to know, Garcia, will he be in San Francisco on Friday and ready to go?
That's our expectation, yes.
Thank you.
And Jake, did you have another one?
Yeah, it seems like now after these additions, you have a lot of guys who are really good against right-handed hitters. Do you feel like you have enough weapons for left-handed hitters right now?
Well, getting righties out was something that we identified as a priority coming into this deadline. I think we had a lot of success getting lefties out to this point, and we wanted to make sure that we supplemented ourselves on the right-handed side of things. I still think with Taylor and Rayleigh from the left side, we have weapons to get lefties out. Beyond that, we have some right-handed relievers that have shown the ability to get guys from both sides out. So I think we're in a good spot, but that doesn't mean that we're done. And it certainly doesn't mean that we're not going to continue to look for ways to upgrade the bullpen and the rest of the roster.
All right, James. Thank you.